Welcome to Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. Our show brings you closer to the heart of Texas A&M athletics through powerful stories of perseverance, purpose, and life-changing opportunities made possible by 12th Man Foundation donors. From student athletes and coaches to former students and dedicated staff, you'll hear firsthand how donor support shapes the lives of Aggie student athletes in competition and beyond. Whether you're a lifelong Aggie or simply curious about what makes Texas A&M so special, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Howdy, and welcome back to another episode. Thanks for tuning in to Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. This is Ivy Robinson, and right now I am joined in studio by Aggie Football student athlete Mario Craver. Welcome to the show, Mario, and we're excited to have you.
Thank you for having me.
To kick things off, why don't you just tell us where you're from? I've got three things: where you're from, where you went to high school, and a unique fact about yourself that not many people know.
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, born and raised. I went to Clay Chalkville High School, east of Birmingham. And one interesting fact about me, I'm kind of ambidextrous. Like,
Really?
I throw with my left, but I write with my right. Like, I'm kind of both dominant hands.
That is super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you discover that? In sports growing up? Or?
Yeah, it was in sports. Like, started when I started playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I was throwing my left. I had a left-handed glove, but I was a right-handed batter. And then it's like I always write with my right hand. So it was just kind of weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you always preferred that? Like, was there ever a coach or someone who was like, you need to if you're right-handed, you should bat right? But we were like, no, that doesn't make sense for me.
They was just telling me go whatever most comfortable. I just started off as a right-handed batter, and I just had to start.
Take us back to Birmingham, Alabama. Tell me what your upbringing was like, and when did football first come into the picture? When did you get into the game?
I actually started playing football when I was 4 or 5 years old. My dad, he took me to the park one day, got me a helmet, shoulder pads, let me rough him up a little bit, and that's just how it started. I just love the intensity of the game, just really the brotherhood of the game, just all the different teams that I played on. Like, I've been on some really good teams, have some really good relationships with some guys. And the thing about the game to me is just how everyone can come together just for 1 year and create such a big bond. And that's just the thing I love about the game.
For sure. Y'all literally become a family. Yeah, that brotherhood is so tight-knit. And I know, I can only imagine that's a special thing to be a part of, for sure.
Definitely.
Did anyone else, you mentioned your dad, but did anyone else in your family play sports, maybe in college or professionally?
I'm the first one in my family to play at the collegiate level, so it's very exciting.
That's really exciting. Let's talk about your high school a little bit. I know you were a part of an undefeated state championship team in high school. Do you have any special or favorite memories maybe from that season? Or tell us a little bit about that, and how do you think you grew as a football player during that season?
I definitely played with some very great players in high school. I played with a very competitive group in high school. I just think that right there just started me off early, playing in high school. And the Clay Chalkville, that team, it was great. It did a lot for me, and I loved that school, and it just did a lot for me.
You mentioned you played baseball too. I also know you ran track, and I read this in your bio on 12thman.com that you ran a 10:74 in the 100-meter. Was that your PR?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Did you ever consider a future with track, or was football always the focus? Because that is crazy.
It was always football for me. Yeah, I just used track to tone up my speed a little bit.
Yeah, to enhance the speed. That makes sense. Yeah. Very cool. Well, going back to football, as a high school student, tell us about your recruitment process and when those conversations started happening. I'm sure, you were a highly rated recruit.
Mm-hmm.
What was your mindset going into that process? And tell us just how all of that came about. When you got your first offer, do you remember that? What the feelings were?
My first offer was from the University of Louisville. It was in the 10th grade. It was very exciting for me. We actually in the playoffs the year that we had won the state championship my 10th grade year. So it was very exciting for me.
Yeah, big year for you, yeah.
Yeah, and really, after that, it just started rolling in. And during my recruiting process, I wanted to go somewhere where I wanted to play early. I wanted to play as a freshman. I wanted to make a name for myself early because I would say I had a lot of offers, but I really overlooked a lot. I wasn't a high-rated recruiter or anything. So I want to go somewhere where I can make a name for myself. That's why I ended up choosing Mississippi State.
Yeah. And thinking back to high school too, were there any like really impactful coaches or teammates that you had during that season?
Yeah, Coach Gilmer, definitely, he was my high school coach. He was definitely a big staple in my life in high school. He taught me the game when I was in high school, definitely.
Well, speaking of, you mentioned Mississippi State. I know you played a season there as a freshman, your freshman season, but let's talk about that, starting your college career at Mississippi State. Tell us, what was the transition like going from high school ball to, SEC football?
I started real fast because I had graduated early, going in December, hitting spring ball in spring, and it was like I had to tune up to the speed really quick. Like it was definitely a different speed playing in the SEC, but I didn't get the result I wanted at Mississippi State. That's why I decided to come here.
That was, one of my questions is, can you talk a little bit more about why Texas A&M, like why this program stood out to you, why you wanted to come be a part of Elko's program?
In my recruiting process, Coach Wiggins, he was really big in my recruiting process. Actually, like when I had got the Alabama offer, he was the one who offered me in 10th grade. And ever since then, we had just created that relationship with him. And he had ended up going to Texas A&M that same year I had signed. It was like really like kind of after we had signed, so I wasn't able to like, you feel me?
So when you signed to go to Mississippi State,
he was, as soon as I signed to go to Mississippi State, he went to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit the portal for Mississippi State, he was like, if you want to come play for me, you definitely got a spot. And I was like, that's definitely something I want to do. Like me and him, we had that relationship ever since 9th, 10th grade. So yeah, he's definitely somebody I've been wanting to play for a long time.
That's really neat. I mean, you've been able to stay in touch, and then now you're getting to learn from him and be coached by him, which is awesome. And then, coming into Texas A&M, you made such an immediate impact on this program and, with the offense. And what do you think like stood out to you about coming into this program and becoming a part of the offense? Like what was exciting for you for your first season as an Aggie?
It was just me just believing in the system that Elko and Klein and Coach Wig had put in, and when they first got here, they was just showing me like this is me believing in the plan that Elko and Coach Klein showed me when I first got here. It's me being able to get the ball in my hands, show my ability, my yak ability, and me just being able to showcase that.
Every athlete, Mario, faces like challenges and adversity. I'm curious, have you ever faced like moments where it was just really difficult for you, or maybe you were disappointed in something, or just a challenge, and if so, like what was that? And then how did you stay grounded and how did you get through that adversity?
Yeah, actually, like at Mississippi State, when we had played Texas A&M, it was like the 8th game of the season. I ended up tearing my hamstring. I had to leave the game early, and I ended up not being able to get back to like the end of the year, and I ended up hitting the portal. I really wasn't like fully healthy coming into the portal. So that's why just Coach Elko and them just taking a chance on me, like me not being a fully 100% hitting the portal, and them just being able to take a chance on me, it was definitely a full circle moment for me.
That's awesome. And yeah, we're so glad that they did, and glad that you're now here and a part of this program. Was there anything that, Wiggins or Elko or someone, when they had those conversations with you, anything that you were told about Texas A&M, being on the outside, that when you finally got here and became a part of the program, you realized, wow, like what they said was true about A&M?
Yeah, Mike Elko told me, he was like, this is the culture that I want to be. Like, he talked to Coach Wig about me to see what type of person I am. He was like, this is the culture you need to be in to be where you want to be, to get to where you want to go. He was like, and I just believed in him and I believed in the plan.
And when you got here, let's talk about the returners, like how did they embrace you, welcome you in, anything specific or anyone specific that really just made you feel like at home here?
Yeah, when I first got here, it was really everyone. Like York, I had a really good relationship with York. Me and him, we was talking. Like when I first got here, I had a great relationship with him. He used to make sure I used to stay on my P's and Q's, all that. And all of the team, they really just welcomed me in, made me comfortable, and they really made me comfortable to be able to go out there and play.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think's the funniest person on the team right now, and why?
It has to be Isaiah Horton. He's definitely delusional. I don't know what's wrong with him. There's something wrong with him, but yeah.
Something's wrong.
Say he's the funniest one on the team right now.
I'm curious, what areas of your game do you think have really grown or improved just from arriving here? Like, are there any areas that you have seen you really excel in?
Oh yeah, my intelligence for sure. Just me knowing like what coverage I'm about to get before I get it, or like me knowing what defense they're in, what their best defense. So like just me being with Coach Perry and Coach Wig and them teaching me the game even more. I just think that's where I stepped up my game the most.
For people on the outside who might be listening to this, could be like someone who's considering coming to Texas A&M, could be, football season ticket holders or Aggie fans. For those of us who are on the outside, how would you describe the culture of Texas A&M football as someone who is within the program?
Oh, this is a brotherhood for sure. Everyone has everyone back here. We're playing for each other. We're playing for Texas A&M. We're playing for the culture. Like we're playing for the 12th man. Like this is a very big culture here, and that's something that I really like about it.
You had to choose like your top 2 or 3 games or moments that you have been a part of at Texas A&M so far. What would they be and why?
My first one would definitely be Notre Dame for sure.
Oh, what a
Definitely.
game. Yes.
That was definitely a very, very exciting game to be a part of. I'd say my second one would probably be LSU. Us going into Death Valley and doing that. My third one, maybe me and Marcel connected first play of the game, Florida game, because we were talking about that all week. That was something we were talking about all week. It was like, we're going to hit this big post, first play of the game, da-da-da-da. We actually went out there and executed it. That was my top 3 moments for sure.
That is awesome. Is that something that happens often? Like, wide receivers and their quarterback, y'all, or maybe something y'all do, like y'all just talk about kind of like not manifesting it, but like, hey, we're going to do this. Like we're thinking about this one play and y'all like positively talk about it. And then like, is that something y'all do often?
Yeah, definitely. You gotta
to
see
get
the
that
play.
mindset right.
You gotta see the play happen before it happens. That's one of my things. Like I like to see the play before it happens. I like to make the play before the play actually gets to me. I like to go ahead and play out the play in my head.
Right. Yeah. No, it makes sense. Makes total sense. Speaking of games and like game days, do you have like a pregame routine or something you like do before every single game to get you in the right mindset?
Before every game, I gotta go up here in the right corner of the end zone. I gotta take my time and give my praise to God, and go in that right corner every game. Right
It's
corner.
always the right corner.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm curious, what do you think makes the Aggie football program unique compared to other D1 college football programs? And it could be for any reason. Like, are there any things you have noticed about Texas A&M being a part of this program that makes it stand out and kind of set apart?
It's just the way that they hold us to a standard here. Nobody is getting any slack here. Like, you're not going to be able to slack here. Everybody is going at the same level. Everybody has a requirement they have to meet, a standard they have to meet every day. And that's the thing about here. That's the thing that makes us so good, the standard here. Every day when you come in, you have to do something. You have to get a job done. You have a test you have to complete. And that's the thing about Texas A&M football that I think that is so good.
Kind of staying on the topic of just our program, and then, we're sitting right now in the Adam Season Academic and Wellness Center, which has, you and I both know, has various resources and things that y'all can access to better yourself in competition and in the classroom. But I'm curious, Mario, are there any kind of support systems or student athlete resources at Texas A&M that have really helped you succeed?
Definitely the trainers, and they help a lot of Texas A&M athletes, and I know they help a lot of people on the team with recovery and definitely staying healthy on and off the field. And I'd say that's somebody that I go to a lot. That's a place I go to a lot to keep me healthy.
What about your academic advisor or any, programs in terms of academics? Have you been able to utilize those, and have they helped you be successful here?
Oh yeah, definitely. Mike and Allie and Jess, all of my learning specialists, they definitely helped me keep my grades up. I had a 3.0 last semester. I'm planning on having that again this semester. So
that is awesome. Yeah. Now, something I also really wanted to ask you about is just your NIL partnerships, your brand deals, all the opportunities that you've been able to take advantage of in this NIL era. I think it's so cool what you've been able to do. But tell us, what have you learned and gained from your various partnerships? And can you just tell us who all you have an NIL deal with?
I have a couple card deals. I have like Tops deals. I have a wild card deals. I have a couple community service events I got going on. I have like a football camp on May the 2nd that's going to take place. And it's just me just being able to be in the community and show people that I'm not just a football player and I'm actually a real person like all the other people, like a real guy. You could talk to me normal like anybody else. And it's just me showing people that I'm a regular guy just like everyone else. Like I'm not just a Hollywood football player just because I'm good at football. And this is just me being able to connect with the community and just be able to give back because they definitely give a lot to us.
Yeah, and like what you said there, I think it's cool that NIL has allowed y'all to have that role, right? And it's kind of created opportunities for y'all to connect with the community, give back to the community and impact and create those environments where you can have those connections with fans or like young kids who look up to y'all so much. You know, you mentioned the youth football camp coming up in May. It's at Bryan High School. Is that right? Tell us about that. Like there might be somebody listening to this right now who's interested in that.
It's going to be a couple football Texas A&M players there helping me out. We're going to get some work in, so it'll be a great day for the kids to come out there and get some work and they be able to get a chance to meet me.
Is it like all positions or is it just like wide receiver?
It's all positions.
Okay,
everyone,
very cool.
Yeah.
Is this the first year you've done it?
Yeah, this is my first year ever doing it.
That's really exciting. And then, you know, you mentioned like community service, like this past November, I remember seeing on social media, you know, for Giving Tuesday that you partnered with United Way of Brazos Valley for their annual Jingle Book Bash where kids could get, you know, free books and take photos with Santa. Any like special memories or experiences that came out of that? Like tell us a little bit about that and just why you were proud to be able to impact the community in that way.
Me being a kid in elementary school, I used to do the same thing, look up to guys who used to play football, and I used to always want a chance to meet them. And just me being able to do that for those kids and just seeing their reactions is just a wholesome moment for me.
You mentioned earlier, like, you know, a lot of people think these college athletes is like you said, Hollywood and just, oh my goodness, they're superstars. Do you think there's any like misconception about you with the public that like you would want to clarify? Like, is there a common misconception about you?
I wouldn't say one common one, but I would say that if you see me out in public, don't be scared to speak to me.
So people just like, they're like, oh my gosh, it's Mario Craver. They don't say anything.
There's a lot of people that I see just staring and I know they recognize me and they don't say anything. You can say something.
Y'all heard it here. Mario would love to talk to you. So yeah, don't be shy. And then I also know that you have done some like brand work with Adidas, right? You're part of Adidas.
Yes.
How does that work? Does Adidas just select certain athletes for?
I mean, I guess they select their own few, but yeah, I do have a little partnership with Adidas.
How do you think this era of NIL is preparing you for life beyond football?
It's prepared me a lot with the business side, just me being able to create connections and learning that connections is the biggest thing when it comes to the business side, honestly. And just me just being able to create connections with a lot of different people and just me being able to have an opportunity to do something else after football if I want to. It's just a big opportunity. That's I think NIL gives you a great advantage in.
Outside of football, if someone were to just describe you or ask like who you are, how would you describe yourself just like as an individual?
Outside of football, I say very funny, joking guy. I like to joke a lot.
Do you have anything you like to do in your free time? Like I know you don't have a lot of free time.
Yeah,
but
I love to play video games and listen to music. Like,
okay, yeah, gamer.
I'm definitely a gamer. Like,
what are your favorite games? And then maybe like a few favorite artists.
My favorite games to play, I say Madden, 2K. I play a little bit of Call of Duty and Rainbow. I've been playing MLB The Show recently because it just came out.
Yeah.
Favorite artists, NBA Youngboy, Lil Baby, and Future. That was my top 3.
Mario, I want to know what motivates you every time you step onto the football field, when you suit up, when you're, ready to go. What is kind of your why behind football and who you are and what you do?
Just me being underlooked guy my whole life, honestly. Like, my whole life, I feel like I never got the flowers I deserve. I feel like I always been one that's put in the work, been the hardest workers, but I never get the flowers I deserve. So, like, that just keep me going. I always look back to me in high school. Like, Me being a low recruit, not having many schools that wanted to take me. I had the offers, but they didn't want to take me because I really was small, wasn't big enough or anything. That was just things to keep me motivated every day, and just me being able to take care of my family with this, and that's another opportunity. Is something I definitely want to take advantage of.
Absolutely. That's difficult to do as well. Like when you feel like you're constantly being, maybe overlooked or rejected, and you feel like, hey, I've got so much value and worth to offer here.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you stay positive throughout that and not just give up? Because I'm sure there are a lot of athletes out there who would just throw in the towel and be like, can't do it. Like I'm not getting, the opportunities that I think I want, and they might just give up. But how did you persevere through those times?
I just take it day by day, you feel me? Like, just that's the biggest thing, just not trying to focus on the big goal, just taking every day, just step by step, day by day, and just getting my relationship right with God, honestly. And that's the main thing, just helped me, honestly. And me having that faith and just him, I just feel him with me on the field every time. He allows me to go out there and show my talent.
Yeah, that's so powerful too. Like keeping the main thing, right?
Yeah.
And remembering that there's a bigger plan and purpose
Yes,
throughout all of it. And
definitely.
so that's important. Kind of staying on that topic of just mental focus, how do you stay locked in throughout just the season specifically, throughout the highs and lows of a season? How do you navigate those highs and lows and stay steady?
I just try to stay level-headed, just try to stay off social media, honestly.
Yeah.
Just try to not let those comments get in my head, or just let anything that I see get in my head, even the good stuff. Like, if you see something good about you, you don't want to hype your head up too much. You feel me? Still got to go out there and play another play.
I didn't ask this earlier, and I should have, but like in high school, or, well, not even just high school, like coming up in football, when did you realize that the receiver position was kind of your thing and it was a good fit for you? Like, did you play any other positions?
Yeah, and I really played receiver my whole life, but I really realized I was actually good and I could actually do this. Like when I was at Mississippi State and I got to playing against the SEC, playing against the different people out there, I just seeing how I just level out with those guys and just me being able to compete, it just definitely gave me another level of confidence to go out there and dominate.
What's your favorite touchdown celebration that you've done so far?
It's
a fun question.
It'd definitely be the crane, the eagle crane.
I don't know why I had, when you were saying that response there, I like had a memory of you, like maybe it's a photo I've seen, but yeah, you always do the little crane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like your go-to?
Yeah, that's definitely my go-to, because my favorite receiver core ever was that 2019 Bama team, and people don't know that Coach Wig actually coached those guys too, so I'm trying to bring that back.
That's a cool connection there. Yeah, bring it back. So you think we're going to see that again in the upcoming season?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hopefully a lot, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about, the upcoming season, kind of what's the mindset within, the locker room right now, within the program? What are y'all excited about for this upcoming season? And, what's kind of the mindset they are?
The mindset is to go out there and make a new name for ourselves. Last year's team not gonna hold any weight for this year. You feel me? Like this year we have to go out there and make another name for ourselves. Like,
and I will say, like this season, this past year, was nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, incredible SEC, regular season record, and I mean, y'all. It was a great season. I know it wasn't the ending y'all wanted, but still something to be very proud of.
Yeah, definitely. And that's where we want to improve it. We want to, all this offseason, we're going to focus on finishing, and we're going to focus on being able to win those big games and get to those championship games and get those rings. And that's what Coach Echo's talking about. We're trying to play for trophies here and play for rings here. And that's the next step here.
Yeah. Does it feel like y'all are just like each season, like gradually taking those next steps? Because that's how it feels like to me.
Definitely. Like Elko, he's doing a great job here, and you can just see the improvement every year.
Do you have any personal goals for yourself for the upcoming season?
Not really any personal goals, but just to win a national championship. That's my only personal goal. That's my main goal, to be here. That's why I'm here.
And then looking long term, what are your aspirations both in football and in life?
I would definitely love to go and play in the NFL, and definitely going to play in the league. And after, I would love to be a coach. Yeah, and that's something, like, a lot of coaches tell me that I'm very intelligent. I should be a coach. So, like, I definitely think I want to be a coach when I get done playing football.
When it's all said and done, Mario, when your time at A&M comes to a close, how do you want people to remember Mario Craver?
This outgoing, very energetic guy, very, very funny, very joking. You can play with him anytime. Just a great guy. Yeah.
Mario, many of our listeners are Aggie fans, people who come to the games, who are excited for the upcoming season. We've got 12-Man Foundation donors. We've got football season ticket holders. And then just people who are interested in Texas A&M athletics and hearing the stories of our awesome student athletes like yourself. But what would be your message to them? What would you say to them? Because a lot of these individuals, they either philanthropically give back to help support facilities or scholarships for student athletes, or they just, they invest by buying tickets to come support y'all every single home game. So what would you say to the 12th man, to those who are giving back to provide elite opportunities and resources for Aggie student athletes?
I definitely say we appreciate y'all a lot. Every time we step on that field, practice field or game field, we're going out there and playing for y'all. And every time I go out and step on my field, I never take that for granted that you guys go out there and create opportunities for us every day. And I just appreciate y'all a lot.
And then finally, why are you specifically proud to be an Aggie and represent this university?
I'm just proud to be able to be a part of the culture here and just be a part of what Texas A&M stands for. And I don't think there's any other culture in football like Texas A&M. And I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Mario Craver on Answering the Call podcast. Mario, thank you again for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Answering the Call. If you're enjoying this show, please rate and follow us on your podcast streaming platform of choice so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. As always, a big thank you to our incredible podcast producer, Megan Rohde, to 12-Man Productions and Texas A&M Athletics NIL Department. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every donor and season ticket holder for always answering the call through loyal support of Texas A&M Athletics and our student athletes. We will be back soon with more content. Thanks, and gig 'em.